Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how we can create a simple tree in Java. So here I'm going to create a simple tree which will make things more clear when we are creating a tree data structure in Java. So here the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file over here which will be for TreeNode class. So we are going to create TreeNode class. Then based on this TreeNode class, we are going to create our nodes and join them together to make tree. So here I'm going to name this file name treenode.java, and inside this file I'm going to create our tree over here. Now here I want to mention that I'm going to create our tree based on the array list. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to import from utility library array list. Now after importing array list, we are going to create our class like this, public class TreeNode. Then the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to create first property of this tree node in which we will have data. So as you remember, when we are speaking about tree, we said that in each node we have two components. So the first component is the data and the second component will be the reference to its children. So here I'm going to create a string type of tree. So that's why the data type will be string in this case, data. And then we are going to create a reference to its children. So here we are going to use array list, and the type of this array list will be tree node itself, because children of this node will be the node also. So that's why we have to put the type of the array list tree node, and it's going to be named children. Then inside constructor, we are going to initialize our data and children array list over here. So it's going to be like this, public tree node. So as a parameter, it's going to take string, which will be the data of the node that we are creating. And inside this function, we are going to do it like this. This data is equal to data, and these children will be new array list with the tree node. So in this case, we are just initializing this array list with the type of tree node. So here it's going to be like this, tree node. Now with this, whenever we are creating an instance of this tree node, we have successfully created a tree node over here. Now, when we are creating a tree node, we have to create a link between this tree node and its children. So that's why here, apart from the constructor method, I'm going to create another method which will be responsible for adding children to these nodes over here. So I'm going to name this method public void add child. So we can add as many as element in this case. So this will take as a parameter type of tree node, because children of a node will be the type of node. Then inside this method, we are going to just call children add method. This method comes from the array list. So by calling add method, we can add a node to this children array list over here. So it's going to be like this. So we are adding this node to these children over here. Then to make our life easier, I'm going to create one more method over here, which will be responsible for printing out this tree node to the console. Because in this way, we can visually see how tree looks like. So that's why this will make our life very easier. So that's why I'm going to create a new method over here, which will be like this. So the return type of this method will be string, and I'm going to name this method print, and it's going to take as a parameter level, because for each level in the tree, we are going to print out the children of the node to the next line. So in this case, we are going to use level parameter over here. Now the next thing that we are going to do over here is we are going to create a variable with the type of string, which will be our return variable over here. So I'm going to put it like this, return. So in the short form, I'm going to write ret. Then we are going to set to this variable something like this. So it's going to be double space over here. So I'm going to put double space, which will be the type of string. Then we are going to repeat this double space. So we have a repeat function for string over here. So based on this level parameter, this double space over here will be repeated, because we want to see our tree data structure in a visual way like a tree. So here I'm going to put plus data. Then I'm going to put new line character over here, which is for printing out new child's data in the new line. Then we are going to loop through this tree node over here, and we are going to add all data to this ret variable over here based on the level. So I'm going to write a loop condition like this for tree node inside these children. Here we are going to loop something like this. So I'm going to set to ret plus equal node dot print level plus 1. So we are calling this print function for these nodes over here recursively. Then at the end, after doing so, we are going to return ret. Now, whenever we are going to run this method, you will understand it very well. So in this case, you don't need to go to the in detail. So you just need to know that this print function is responsible for printing out these three nodes to the console in a way that we can easily identify that this is a tree. So after doing so, inside main class, I'm going to create the tree that we discussed before, drinks tree. So as you remember, when we are talking about drinks tree, we said that in drinks, the first is the drinks, which is a root node. Then for drinks, we have two children, hot drinks and cold drinks. So first I'm going to create this part. So the first node, root node, will be drinks, which is the type of tree node. And I'm going to create it like this, new tree node with the data type of drinks. So with this, we have successfully created our root node over here. Now we have to create two more nodes, which are the children of this drink, and add to these children to this drinks node over here. So I'm just going to copy this from here and paste it over here 2 times. So I'm going to rename them. First one will be hot drinks. So here the data will be hot, and the second one will be cold drinks. So here the data of cold drinks is cold. Then we have to add these two children to these drinks over here. So I'm going to call add child. So drinks.add child. First I'm going to add hot drinks. Then same operation will be done for cold drinks over here. So that's why I'm going to copy it from here, pass it over here, and as a parameter I'm going to put cold drinks. Then after doing so, we can print out this drinks node to the console. We can easily see how it looks like. So here I'm going to do it something like this. So I'm going to call this method inside print function of Java. So it's going to be print len. So here I'm going to put drinks.print with the parameter of 0, because first it's going to print out the root node. So that's why in this case I'm putting it with the parameter of 0. So this is the level of the printing the node to the console. Now if I run our code, now after running our code, here you can easily see that it's printing out to the console drinks, then hot and cold as a child of drinks over here. Now if we go further and add cold drinks and hot drinks to this tree over here and printing out to the console, you will see that it works successfully. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create cold drinks and hot drinks over here. So I'll just copy this part of code over here and put it over here. Now then the first thing that I'm going to create for hot drinks. So this will be tea. Then we are going to create coffee. It's going to be coffee. And then I'm going to create 2 more drinks for cold drinks. So first one will be, for example, let's put it wine. So this is a cold drink, and the second one will be beer. So this is also cold drink over here. Now we have added hot and cold drinks to this drinks class over here. Now here we can add these hot drinks to the hot drinks and these cold drinks to the cold drinks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call hot add child. Then as a node, first we are going to put tea, then we are going to put coffee. So I'm just going to copy it from here and pass it over here. And same operations will be done for cold drinks. So cold.add child. So first we are going to add wine. Then I'm going to add to the cold drinks beer. Now after doing so, if I run our code one more time, you'll see that our tree looks like this. So here you can easily see that in drinks, we have 2 children, which are hot and cold. Then under hot drinks, we have tea and coffee, and under cold drinks, we have wine and beer. Now, our print function helps us to visualize this tree over here very easily. So here, from the levels of these nodes over here, we can identify which nodes are parent node, which nodes are children node. So here we can see that hot and cold drinks are located in the same level, and then tea and coffee are located in the same level, and wine and beer are located in the same level, which are the children of cold drinks in this case. Now with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. So in this lecture, I have shown you how can we create a basic tree in Java. Now in upcoming lectures, we are going to create very complex type of trees, and we are going to create different types of trees in Java, and we are going to implement all methods of trees that is needed when you are creating a data structure. So hopefully everything is clear about this lecture. So see you in the next lecture.